Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and welcome to your weekly tarot card reading. So the deck that I'm using for today's reading is the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. And I'm going to start by drawing 3 cards. And this reading is meant to just kind of give an overview of the week ahead and just to see what kinds of ideas, suggestions the cards have for us. All right, so before I get into today's reading, I just want to let you know that I am teaching a workshop. It's called Plan Your Year with Tarot, and it happens this Sunday. So if you're interested, I'm going to put the link below this video. This is a yearly planning workshop using tarot cards. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I'd love it if you signed up, so I'm going to put the link below this video. Okay, so let's dive into today's reading. So we have 4 of Swords for the beginning of the week. So for kind of Monday, Tuesday-ish, we have 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords, I mean, there's a woman curled up in a little bird's nest. So it makes me think of nesting. Like you may have this urge to nest at the beginning of the week. There may be an urge to kind of go into your own world. Maybe you're going to be feeling a little more introverted at the start of this week. You might notice that your energy might be a little bit lower than usual. And it's interesting because this time of year can be iffy. Like sometimes in January, I will have like a lot of energy and motivation. It's like the start of a new year. And other times it's the opposite. It's like kind of a letdown, kind of a come down from the busyness of Christmas. And January, where I live, usually is like kind of crummy weather. And so sometimes I feel totally uninspired and unmotivated in January. And what I'm getting with the 4 of Swords is that at the beginning of the week, you want to make sure that you take some time to just maybe do nothing. Like, so maybe in the evenings, clearing your schedule a little bit so you have some time to just maybe, for me, this is going to be just sitting and reading in the evenings. But for you, it might be napping more than usual, or maybe you want to meditate more. Whatever that is, it's important to provide or create a space for yourself where you can rest. That's really what I'm getting from 4 of Swords is like, you're kind of craving a rest right now. You're wanting to rest and recharge your batteries, particularly when it comes to your mind. Now, if you're hearing all that weird background noise, my cats are going crazy and they're running around and scratching things and just being super silly. My cat Henry especially is being really silly. Okay, so 4 of Swords, because the suit of Swords is all about the mind and mental energy and thoughts and beliefs and all of that, 4 of Swords is about giving your mind a rest. So kind of clearing your mind, emptying your mind, focusing on activities that allow you to, I'm going to say like kind of gap out, just kind of shutting your mind off. For me, like painting or drawing is one of those activities where when I'm doing it, often my mind will just really become very empty and very relaxed. For you, it might be like walking or doing puzzles or some other kind of activity. But what I'm really getting here is that you're maybe craving a little bit of a mental rest and maybe also a physical rest as well. That's possible. But yeah, definitely this kind of nesting energy with 4 of Swords. It's almost like a cozy energy, like, giving yourself that time and space to just be without having to go anywhere. Okay, and the card for the middle of the week, so Wednesday, Thursday-ish, we have the Knight of Cups. So actually a kind of a different energy. So we're shifting into this, I want to say kind of a romantic energy. The Knight of Cups, look at him. He's kind of a heartthrob with his bouquet of red roses. Looks like there's like a picnic set up here. There's a white horse in the background. There's something very romantic and almost like a fantasy with this card. And the Knight of Cups is kind of a dreamer. He has a lot of ideals. He's very idealistic. He has a lot of romantic fantasies and dreams. What I'm getting from this card here is midweek is a time to really kind of acknowledge this side of yourself. So allow yourself to dream. Indulging your kind of idealistic side a little bit. I feel like there's something about doing this, about kind of giving yourself permission to fantasize, to dream, to have romantic ideals. There's something about this that is energizing and almost like inspiring. I'm not sure how exactly. I'm kind of curious to see what the next card is. But I want to say a couple more things about Knight of Cups. So to me, this card, like as I look at this card, and this is a fun exercise to do the next time you're doing a reading for yourself, is looking at a card, gazing at it, and asking yourself, how does this card make me feel? How do I feel as I kind of sit and look and gaze at this card? And as I'm looking at the Knight of Cups, I feel like he's inviting me into the card. It's like he's beckoning to me and he's kind of like giving me this invitation. And so I have to ask, what is that invitation? What is that all about? I feel like he's inviting me to, and this is going to sound very cheesy. I'm trying to think of a non-cheesy way to word it, but I'm just going to say it. I feel like he is inviting me to engage with my heart more and to feel more deeply. Now you will notice that there's a heart right here in the Four of Swords. And it's almost like she's taken her heart and she's put it down beside her, but it's not inside her. It's like she's put her heart to the side so that she can rest. And with the Knight of Cups, it's an invitation to really feel things deeply on a heart level, on like a really emotional level. And I don't know what that means or where that's going to take me, but I feel like there is this invitation to do that with this card. Okay, as we get to the end of the week, we have the Emperor. So a major arcana card. And again, the Emperor is a totally different energy to the previous two cards, but definitely to the Knight of Cups, where the Knight of Cups is a little bit foolish. He's a bit of a dreamer. He's a little reckless where love and romance is concerned. The Emperor is the exact opposite of that. The Emperor is a strategist. See, he's holding a chess piece. He's on like a chessboard. He's kind of planning his next move. He's strategizing. He's a thinker. He's a planner. He likes to be organized and in control of himself, in control of his world, in control of his life. So what I'm getting with the Emperor, and this is the card for the end of the week, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as you get to the end of the week, shifting your focus onto planning ahead, making a plan, planning what your next move is, and actually using your head more than your heart. So funny that I said, feel into your heart, but it's almost like there's a balance here. You need to be able to feel into things, acknowledge your heart and what your heart is telling you, but then also be able to go into your head and make plans. So it's like a balance between those two things. And it's interesting because the start of the week, it kind of, to me, when I look at this card, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we're all going to be kind of exhausted and we just need to rest. There's like this need to kind of nest and nurture oneself and to just give yourself a bit of a break. But it's almost like part of the reason that you're so tired is because there isn't a nice balance between the head and the heart. And when you achieve that balance, there's something very energizing and healing about that. So back to the Emperor. Now, this is interesting because the Emperor is number 4 in the major arcana, and then on the other end, we have the Four of Swords. So this reading is flanked by 2 4s. And the 4s, think about think about the number 4. Think about the legs of a table or the legs of a chair. It needs 4 legs to be stable. It doesn't work that well if there's just 3 legs or 2 legs. 5 is too many, but 4 is what's needed for stability. So this reading is kind of bookended by these 2 cards that are number 4 cards. So these are very stable cards. The Knight of Cups in the middle is inherently, he's an unstable character because he follows his heart. And when you follow your heart, that doesn't always lead to the most stable, predictable outcomes, right? Things kind of can be exciting, things can shift, things can flow. But Knight of Cups, ultimately, he's not a stable kind of card. Like, look, he's got wings on his shoes. Like, he's not a grounded, earthy character. There's nothing about that card that is grounded. We have this white unicorny, well, it's not a unicorn, but this white horse in the background. There's like glitter kind of around it. I mean, there's nothing grounded and practical about the Knight of Cups. Whereas the 4 of Swords and the Emperor are more kind of grounded, practical cards. So what I'm getting from the Emperor here, the Emperor is also about stepping into your power, taking responsibility for your life, seeing yourself, really honoring yourself as the decision maker in your life, the person who can make decisions, who can manifest things, who can kind of make things happen or not make things happen. You have the power to make changes. You have the power to take action. And even though you don't have the power to manipulate reality and make things turn out a certain way, you always have that power to take actions. You have the power to think particular thoughts or to take responsibility for things. So that's kind of the gift of the Emperor, is kind of recognizing yourself as this powerful force in your own life. So to sum this card up, what I'm really getting though from the Emperor is that the end of the week is a good time to sit and contemplate. Do you notice how he's actually not taking action? He's not active. He's sitting there. He's kind of pausing. He's holding this chess piece and he's kind of thinking like, okay, what's my next move going to be? So he's developing a strategy. And that's a worthy thing to focus on at the end of the week. What's your plan? What's your strategy? Maybe it's a weekly plan. Maybe you're planning your month ahead. Maybe you're planning your year ahead. Maybe you're going to come to my workshop on Sunday and you're going to plan your year ahead. But whatever it is, the Emperor is all about planning and having some kind of strategy. Okay. I'm just going to look at all the cards and I'm just going to see if anything else is jumping out at me. To me, it feels like your point of power this week, how powerful you are or how energized you feel, all hinges on how well you're able to rest at the beginning of the week. So carving out some time to just go inward, rest, be alone, that is kind of the secret to being able to feel things fully here and to be able to plan ahead, to strategize, and to really kind of balance out the head and the heart this week. It's really important to be able to rest. So I'm going to sum this reading up in 3 words. Okay. Rest, dream and feel. Rest, dream and feel, and strategize, plan. Rest, dream, plan. Rest, dream, plan. Those are the 3 words that I'm going to sum this reading up. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this reading. If you want to share your own observations, your own take on these cards, feel free to do so in the comments below. I always love reading different interpretations. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me if you subscribe. And give me a like, leave me a comment, and I hope you have an excellent week.